Tiruchitrambalam. The synthesis in Siva worship. The worship trains the sadhaka in concentration and in the coordination of thought, word, and deed. The left hand rings the bell, the right shows tuba or deba, or places flowers, the lips utter the Kriya mantras, the mind dwells on the ritual performed by these three organs. In Siva Puja, the entire personality of the worshipper is fully brought into focus. It is not as though he is simply performing a mechanical ritual. All his faculties are made to play a conscious part in the various little acts of the puja. In every installation and puja in Atmartha worship, there are three inseparable functions: bhavana, thought, mantra, word, and kriya, action. Bhavana is to imagine or conceive of the being worshipped as actually inhabiting the concrete object installed for worship, such as the image, linga, handful of sand or sandal, kalasa, or even a flower. This is a mental process involving the exercise of thought. The second function is the utterance of the mantra, uttering the appropriate mystic syllables which are calculated to welcome and install that being in the object chosen. This is a vocal process. The third is the kriya, actual ritualistic puja, the various detailed action connected therewith, such as inviting the honored guest to step in, to be seated, to accept service, food, etc., to listen to prayers, and so on. This is a process involving action done mostly with the hands. Thus, it is evident that all the faculties of the worshipper find full expression in the puja, and self-purification in the physical, mental, and psychic planes is the first direct and wholesome outcome of the Shiva Puja. The greatest synthesis is this integration of thought, word, and deed through bhavana, mantra, and kriya. Development of personality is an important aim of educators in this century. It consists of an integrated development of the three faculties of body, mind, and soul. It is indeed amazing that such an integration is sought to be effected in the spiritual sphere through worship by a meaningful synthesis of bhavana, mantra, and kriya. All the details of the Siva Puja are sought to be related to one or the other of the basis concept of Saivism. Siva's function for the succor and the liberation of the soul are fivefold. Acts of service to Siva in the puja are related to these functions. In the Abhisheka denotes creation, Naivedya of the offering of food denotes preservation, and the sacrificial offering of food signifies dissolution. The showing of light denotes obscuration, and finally the ritual of Agnikarya or Homa signifies the bestowal of grace. Puja is again an expression of transcendental humanism in the practice of the Saiva religion. No Siva Puja is complete without a Kandesa Puja as the last item. Kandesa was just a small human boy who tended cows and who was raised to the celestial region for his intense love of God. At the end of all Siva Puja, a Go-Puja, worship of the cow, is prescribed. Rishabhadeva, the bull mount of Shiva, also to be worshipped. There is invariably the worship of the Stalavriksham, worship of the particular tree or plant in the place, under the whose shade Shiva was considered to have manifested himself in the ages past. Siva worship as laid down in the Agamas has come to stay. It seems to have satisfied the thirst of the people to reach God realization, not through total renunciation, but even through the enjoyment of the good things of life. It appears to have succeeded marvelously and perpetuated a system of worship which had stood the test of time. The Parartha Siva Puja is still going strong, and today, in the later half of the 20th century, it continues to be the bedrock on which the edifice of family and society stands. Tiruchitrambalam, Thallayambalam, Sisavesa, Sivasidambaram.